It's June 3rd, Friday night. It's like 9:45 at night. And this is the Soapbox. And it's just going to be me and Ricky tonight. Just
No.
now, post our show talking about episodes 1 through 3 of The Boys on Den Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast, which streams live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Friday nights at 8 o'clock. Most Friday nights, like pretty much almost every Friday night, unless we say we're taking a break.
Mm-hmm.
We took a break last week,
Took a
but
break last week.
we're back to talk about The Boys, and then we're going to be doing that every week until the season ends. And we'll also be talking about Miss Marvel simultaneously every week, which starts next week. But yeah, this is where we come to just wind down and chat about maybe a little bit more about that stuff, but maybe just whatever else didn't quite fit the bill for that show. But I did want to ask Ricky, because I was asking you before if you liked the structure of the way I did that, where I just wrote down everybody's name and then I just asked you about them. I think the reason I did that is because I was afraid that if I asked you, what'd you think of the show?
I heard you say it was good.
You just binge 3 episodes. Yeah, you would just say it's good or it was just bad, or you'd list your favorite moments. But I felt like because of the way I did this, I think you completely covered the entire 3 episodes pretty well. You got like the you got the plot points, you got the story arcs that are gonna matter to people. You know, like I thought that ended up being a better sell for that show. Because we managed to be thorough and we actually connected. You connected some early so that I didn't have to. I had them listed, but I didn't have to like. I didn't have to bring them up later because we already got to them earlier in the show and stuff. So I think that's the way. I think that's a cool way to do it if it's just you and me.
It's a good way to, yeah, no, it was a good way to approach it.
Yeah.
Definitely got everything on the table without
Yeah.
missing anything.
And you still got to talk about the things you liked. Like I had a list of things that my favorite things. They all got talked about. Termite going in the pee hole. I'm embarrassed for both of us that you asked. The Deep's dinner and Starlight fully committing to like making out with Homelander. We hit them all. Those were my favorite moments.
I'm
They were
just
super
happy
awkward.
that we're at an age where we're getting penis representation on streaming, right? I feel like for the longest time, no peen was on anything in Amazon with back to back Pam and Tommy, and now the boys. We're getting all the content we could ever wish for.
It's your niche. It's your niche, and it's here for you right now.
Peen content is
it's your
glad
moment.
to see
it's your moment.
It's all there.
It's your moment, Ricky. Speaking of which, Obi-Wan, did you catch that 3rd episode? Wow. The dong they hung in that one, man.
Is it before the Vader stuff? Because I totally missed it.
Well, see, when you say you totally missed it, you only said you watched the last 5 minutes of the episode. Vader's in the beginning of the episode too. Like Vader's through the whole episode.
I just watched it when he was kicking ass.
That episode is so awesome because he's in the whole episode. And I was like, the second they show him, they cover up Hayden Christensen's stupid face by putting the helmet on. And then for the rest of the episode, they have James Earl Jones talking.
I had my doubts, but when it happened, it just feels right. It would be wrong to not have him, and
it felt so right. And I was so treated to that whole episode.
I pray to God that they are working a deal with James Earl Jones right now because he's in his 90s now, isn't he?
I don't know, but in fairness, on some episodes of Rebels, they've had Darth Vader and they didn't use James Earl Jones. And the thing they have in place of him is really good too.
Well, I'm saying we have the technology to have James Earl Jones record stuff, and
it's gross.
If we're paying Stan Lee hologram money, I think we can kick James Earl Jones some voice hologram money or whatever the tech is called.
We'll see, but it felt like a warm blanket.
Double dip. We'll get some extra Mufasa content out of it too.
Having James Earl Jones voice Darth Vader while he went out like a maniac, just murdering people and hunting down Obi-Wan. Well, and
I'll touch back. I had mentioned, like, I think it was Travis when we had him on. how Darth Vader to me as a kid was never threatening. You know, and I think it was of
Mm,
the special effects of the time. To you guys, he might have been menacing, but when I watched Star Wars, you know, he was doing the Force thing, and the guy would get pushed, the guy would get choked, but it was never frightening. I was never scared of what Vader could do, but in the Rogue One, the little sampler we got there, and then in this, I mean, my God, the dude's a menace. He's a scary figure, and you know, force choking somebody while dragging them, or holding Obi-Wan in a force hold in flames. Like that's some brutal shit that
are you familiar with AFI, the American Film Institute?
no.
They rank, like, because they study all films in American history,
Hmm.
and they make lots of fun lists because they've studied them all. And the fun lists are always meant to kind of encourage you to go watch more movies and see
Yep.
more things and stuff like that. AFI has published the list of the top 100 heroes and villains of all time in movies in American cinema. Where do you think Darth Vader is on that list?
Number two.
Three.
Who's number
Number
one?
three, Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
Okay.
Number two is Norman Bates.
Yeah, those are two
Some
solid entries.
serious serial killers are above this fictional guy who wields the Force. Um, Darth Vader is above the Wicked Witch of the West.
I don't want to say Darth Vader's a not a great villain. I don't think that.
Yeah,
But
no,
in
I
terms
just
of
thought
his
it. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that you're not scared of him. I don't think it's that you need to be scared of him. I don't know that I was ever scared of him as a kid, but I was always impressed by him.
Mhm.
I was always like, don't mess with that guy. He's gonna be bad for you, And like I think I got that from every time he ever appeared in the stories. And so like that's what made it feel nice. Like, was I scared for him? Was I scared for Obi-Wan? Obviously, no, right? Like I know Obi-Wan lives because like that's what he has to do, and that's the
Mhm.
nature of stupid prequel stories, is you already know how they end. But it didn't change the fact that they showed him being just a bad, bad man.
Yeah.
And like I was surprised to see in the same episode that I saw a stormtrooper get cut in half on a laser fence, I also saw Darth Vader force break the neck of a child. And I was like, whoa, Disney. I mean, he might have been an early teens child, but he was a child. That was not an
But
adult
just to see
male.
him like in a, it would be safe to say like this is peak Vader, right? This
By
moment
the
of
way,
time.
spoilers for Obi-Wan. I mean, if you're
I
hanging
mean, yeah,
out,
that's what you're here for,
if you're
right?
hanging out here, that's what you're doing. Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah, but you can't even spoil that much because Ricky didn't even watch the freaking
yeah, I
episode.
didn't watch. I haven't. I'm just been so busy. Like it's been such a um, crazy week, and I got another big week planned. So it's like I don't know when the hell I'm gonna watch all this shit. Um, but we'll find
By the
out.
way, I forgot to let you know Frank has signed up to be your replacement next week.
Okay.
He's down for it. He did get a little apprehensive when he learned that that means he has to watch 4 episodes of The Boys because he hasn't watched any of them yet, and he didn't know there was 3 already that came out yesterday.
It was a week.
But then he decided to commit to it, so he's gonna watch 4 episodes of The Boys and a Miss Marvel. Um, but yeah, I get it. Yeah, like honestly, like I was saying earlier, like it's a weird time for me because like it's not that I've run out of content. I've run out of content that I watch by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of shows now that I watch by myself, like because the ones we've gotten through, I've gotten through them all. So like all I have left is like Stranger Things, Obi-Wan. Uh, I'm watching Girls Five Ever on Peacock. I have the Star Trek shows on Paramount Plus. I finished Halo, which by the way, I freaking loved that. That show ended great. Like I don't know if you finished it.
I saw the Doom scene,
You mean the Halo
the
scene?
Halo scene.
Yeah.
I liked it. I
Yeah,
I know
see,
it's not great. Well,
they built,
let me put
they.
it phrase it. It's not the Halo that I know, but the visual language of that show is very much the Halo that I know, and
Yeah,
it's nice to see that translated, on this big of a scale. Because that, I mean,
yeah,
it's been, I mean, shit, it's crazy to even think that Halo's 20 years old, right? Like,
yeah.
um, and it was such a big part of my childhood that it's nice to have like the show now. Like I'm getting of that
I like
age.
that show. I like that show a lot. I think it's a good show. As somebody who's never played a single Halo game in my life,
And it's
um,
very different from the games, and
yeah,
it's people were so apprehensive at the beginning, but it's for the better, honestly.
yeah. I was actually having this talk with Lindsay today about this because, like, I was reading people who are hating on Obi-Wan for really nerdy reasons. Really, and when nerdy, I mean nerdy in the bad way. You know, like
Hmm.
there's good nerdy and there's bad nerdy, and I think bad nerdy is like is gatekeepy nerdy when it's like when you get really locked into something like something that's in the minutia or something that like affects continuity and like
Hmm.
the reality is like was it a good story that you watched in isolation. If it was a good story by itself, then if you hate it only because it breaks something else that happened in some other story that was written by somebody else, directed it by somebody else, and like done all this different time,
Hmm.
then like you got to ask yourself, is it the content that's bothering you, or is it that it's not vibing with everything else that you've absorbed and become
Well, I'll
so
play devil's advocate there, though. They made it a huge push to say, I forgot when it was, but like when the new movies came out, like everything from this point on will be canon.
right. No,
Hmm.
and I get that, and I get that, and I know who they're targeting when they say that because there's an entire group of
Hmm.
fans that don't care when they say that, right?
Yeah.
And I get that they're saying that, but my the specific thing I'm talking about is a fan that I read online was really upset because it kind of ruins the moment in episode 4 when Darth Vader looks at old ass Obi-Wan and says, "Ah, the last time we met, I was with the learner and you were the master." You know, and well, is that true? Is that true now? You know what I mean? Is that true? But then the argument can also be made that like the prequels kind of ruin that too, right? Because before this
Yeah.
episode of Obi-Wan, the last we met, you had the high ground and you chopped off my arms and legs and I was
Well, also,
burning
I
alive.
mean,
You know what I mean? Like
like
it's
the Leia thing's also in that mix of like, why would Leia not like? She addresses him as General Kenobi in episode 4, but like after this journey that they're on, like that seems like a weird thing to address like this person, right?
well because she knows that that's his real name.
Well, she called him General Kenobi, not Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, she's told me Obi-Wan Kenobi, but
She says, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi." She says
yeah,
that.
but she addressed
She's
the way she addresses
it
him in the hologram is a little weird in hindsight. But again, that's all semantics. That's all.
it's formal and she's a princess, you know what I mean? Like the thing is you can talk your way out of any of these. And
Mhm.
so like it becomes a
I
question
am
of
with you
like
in this argument, though. I'm not. I'm not.
yeah, and so I was actually having this a conversation similar to this with Frank. Frank actually hated the episode
Mhm.
because he thought or not he didn't hate the episode. He hated a lot of things about the episode because he said it was like a death by a thousand cuts thing. So if you watch the whole episode, there's little things that like people do that just like are like why'd they do that, that's kind of dumb, you know, little mistakes, and I
Mhm.
was kind of forgiving them as like they're in a very like panicky moment right now, you know, like in this whole episode, even after the end of the second episode, right, like they're it's flight or
Yeah.
fight mode that they're in. And Obi-Wan hasn't been in flight or fight mode for at least 10 years. It's a very weird thing for him. So like he's gonna slip up. There are times in the episode where he slips up and it's clearly the writer's intent that they show him slipping up. And there's other times where it's like maybe the director could have made that look a little more clear if that's a slip up or if that was just a production error or something like that, you know,
Hmm.
those kind of things. But so for Frank, it was a lot of those little things that just kind of made it hard for him to invest in the episode. And every time he listed one, I was like, yeah, but whatever to that. And he's like, well, sure, for sure. If you say whatever to all those little things, then you would definitely enjoy the episode better than I did. And I'm like, yeah, because I think the reason I say whatever is like, did the story itself entertain me? Like, did what happened in the episode, like overall, the big overarching picture, did it entertain me uh enough that I don't care about the little things? And that's, that's a
That's
decision
all you
for
gotta ask.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a decision everybody's got to make. But like, when I was talking to Lindsay about like the people that are getting upset about continuity and stuff, she was saying like that's the problem, is like we're trained as children to be critical about things, like to point out the flaws and stuff, like, and because we think we're helping somehow. And at some point it becomes just like our way of being, to the point where like we think it's like it's a gotcha mentality where we have to be the people who show you
Hmm.
everything you did wrong before somebody else does. And she was saying, like, it's so much easier and nicer to be of the wait and see mentality, right? Because like the reality is like the Marvel universe constantly conflicts with things until it doesn't, right?
You're
And you just,
basically describing how I go into every movie I watch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but the way you do it is like way more like, I don't care about anything except like sometimes I'm like, I don't know if if Captain Carter should be able to lift a truck.
We each have our own things, but
Yeah, I know.
like I can go into
We
a
each do. We
Morbius
each do.
with a low bar and be entertained for what it is. But I don't think I need to see that movie again. But
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think my time was wasted in that moment, where as others might feel differently.
Yeah. Honestly, the real reason I didn't want to watch Morbius, but I still did it anyways, is like I don't like it used to be something really easy for me to do all the time,
Hmm.
and I still can do it, and I can fall back in it every now and then. But like, I don't like doing. I don't want to do a show where I'm just being critical of something all the time.
Hmm.
And that's why I like doing the Marvel stuff, like because for the most part, the MCU is good. It's good entertainment, it's good quality storytelling, and it's good. It just passes a threshold of quality for me that
Hmm.
is
Yeah.
consistent. Consistent. When I sign up to go watch Morbius, I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna shit talk this one a lot, and I'm gonna try and find the good in it because I don't want to do that. Because I don't think it's fun to like, unless you're like on brand, like with Red Letter Media, unless you can do it to the level and articulation that they do.
Hmm.
Like they can shit talk anything, and they're pretty good at it. Sometimes it wears like nails on chalkboard. You know what I mean? It starts to get to you, and you're like, I don't like hearing this much negativity. So for me, it's kind of the opposite, where I just prefer to err on the side of positive
Hmm.
because it's so easy and everyone else is being negative about things.
But to the point with the MCU and like Star Wars, it's just stuff like this in general. They're at the end of the day both media vessels, right? The Star Wars franchise pumps out content on a monthly basis, whether it's books, comics, movies, TV. Marvel does the
Mm,
same thing, and people just got to realize like it's okay not to like all of it.
yeah,
All of it is not for you.
yeah,
That's not how like from a business sense. That's not how this works. You
yeah.
know.
You could never ever collect all Marvel comics at the
Yeah.
same time. You just couldn't do it. And so it's weird to me that I've been collecting all of their shows and movies because like I watched Hellstrom.
Hmm.
I watched it because it was gonna matter, and then it didn't. And honestly, I like the show, but like, I also like that I don't have to watch Hellstrom anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's one less thing I have to collect because it died. Um, and it's weird, like I had to go watch Modoc. I didn't really
Yeah.
like Modoc that much. It was okay,
It was
but
like
like,
fun in the moment, but I don't need
But
to
I
watch it again.
but I promise you, if they were like when I was collecting comics regularly like that
Mhm.
before reading, and now I just read them digitally, and it's awesome. But even digitally, when I see the banner that says all the new titles for the week, that doesn't mean I have to read all the titles for the week. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah, no,
so
it's dumb.
yeah,
Like, yeah, you shouldn't. I don't say you shouldn't want to, but they're not expecting you to read every morsel of content that's out there.
yeah, yeah,
So it's okay to pick and choose your favorites. And that's what builds the community, right? Oh, what do you like about Star Wars? Oh, I like this little niche show. Oh, I like this specific thing.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, you all love Star Wars, and that's
yeah.
cool. You shouldn't gatekeep, you know, the shit you don't like to, don't yuck anyone's yum. I think what it comes down to.
Yeah, and I know that's that's why we had many discussions for a while back in the day about like, are we gonna bring back We Have Spoken? And I was pretty insistent on like, I only want to do that show when it's actually for the Mando, because I feel like the Mando created a brand that I can trust for a while. You know what I mean? Like it did, and I was right to feel that way, because then the Bad Batch came out, and I was like, this sucks. And then like, like
Boba Fett.
Star Wars Visionaries came out,
Hmm.
and I'm like, this also sucks. And then Boba Fett came, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I knew even before we watched that show. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like
did
it's
did
yeah.
you were you following on any of the stuff from Celebration this or last week?
I only follow like a lot of the. Actually, I followed more than I wanted to,
Hmm.
only because, like, basically, Hasbro has direct access to a vein of my, like, one of my main veins.
Your
Like, it's
checking
just
accounts just synced with Hasbro.
I did like Hasbro just gets in my face all the time. So I knew all their product. I knew that they kicked off a new HasLab,
Mhm.
and I decided to start tracking it because that's what I do. I track HasLabs. So I have been doing that. That thing is going to fail horribly. It is Reva's lightsaber. And here's the dumbest part about it, because I'm
Mhm.
not in any way against the character Reva. I think she's cool. I actually like
She's
her.
cool.
But let's be real. There's a large part of America that sides with Homelander. And and
That's not where I was gonna go
those
with this, but
those people are not fans of Reva. And so what I think is really funny is that Hasbro marketed it as Reva's lightsaber, when in actuality every Inquisitor has the exact same lightsaber. Why not just market it as Inquisitor lightsaber?
well, I mean, yeah, that was a choice for sure.
That was a
My
choice.
my point where I was gonna get at is if you want a nice lightsaber, it is pretty common knowledge now that the Hasbro ones are not it. For that
Yeah.
price point, you can get a much nicer saber. Um, although not officially licensed, but is the same thing. So it's like a weird thing. Like, did
Yeah.
the Proton Pack make it?
Oh, so
Okay,
hard. It,
yeah,
it
that
it's
was a cool thing because that's a hard thing.
it's
That's a hard prop
yeah.
to recreate.
But that one was funny too because it was marketed as Spangler's Proton Pack, and I'm like, bro, it's a Proton Pack.
Well, that way
There's
you can bring out all the other ones.
but they're all the same. All four of them are the same.
Different scratches, bro.
I thought that was funny that they called it Spanglers, but like, yeah, this one is Reva's Force Effects Elite lightsaber, and I'm just like,
Are there any unlocks for this?
dude, they haven't said any, and that's the other
Like, what
problem.
what else do you need with a lightsaber?
Well, I would like, because the Inquisitors actually can split their lightsabers in half, and so I would like to be able to see that they can do that.
Does it spin?
No, not that they've announced yet. That's the other thing that obviously I want them to be able to do with it, and it, from what I can tell, they're not marketing that as one of the features. So, but yeah, this thing is 5,000, dude. On the first day, it didn't even make 11%.
That's rough.
11%, and like most HasLabs, if you don't hit like 33, 34, 35% on your first
Hmm.
day,
Dunsies.
you're dead. You're dead. But this one, not even 11%. This is officially the worst one I've seen them launch. I'm pretty sure Cookie Monster did better than this one.
That filmed
Um,
though, didn't
yeah, it did. That's what I'm saying.
it? um,
But yeah, they're at 966 backers right now as of
yeah, I have it
10:11
up right now.
p.m.
Um,
And they need 5,000, which is pretty a low bar. It's a pretty low bar, honestly. But it's so bad. It's so bad. Um, yeah, but so I know about all their merch. I know about all their toys that they did, and then I know that they announced the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. I saw the
yep,
trailer for Willow,
yep.
um, and
Showed a
what
picture
else?
of Indiana Jones.
Oh, I didn't see that, but I don't know
It's
if I
just a
want to see
still.
that. I don't know if I want to see that.
It's a silhouette, but
By
yeah,
the
I
way,
mean,
you get 10 points instead of 9. Tara Strong is uh is in both.
who's she in Star Wars?
She played Risha Drayden Holiday, I think in Star Wars, the video game Star Wars: The Old Republic, and also provided additional voices in the film Star Wars Episode 9: Rise of Skywalker. She was cast. She was credited as additional voices.
All right, I'll
She's
take
in it
it.
though.
I'll take it.
Oh, you muted yourself,
Oh, did I? Am I still muted?
or my headphones just died. One
I
of the
think
two.
your headphones just died.
Shit.
Um,
Let me see. I think it's me.
but the other
I'll be
stuff
right
that I
back.
was following, what was it? They showed some teasers for Mando season 3, some little snippets of the Ahsoka show. Personally, I was digging the Mando stuff. They brought out Grogu the puppet on stage as like a little final stinger, and that puppet's just something else, man. The dexterity that it has to be able to stand up and sit down was just hilarious. Um, and then the other little bit of thing for the Ahsoka show, they brought out Chopper. They kind of led into that that show's gonna have some deep Rebels ties. So they brought out a Chopper model, which I guess was in Rogue One, but kind of cool. It's always cool to see the jump from animated to live action. Um, wait for Dennis to get back so we can discuss some more. Oh, there is.
Sorry, my headphones broke, and so
Your
now we
headphones
can do the
died.
speakers.
All right, we can wrap
So
it up soon if it's not gonna work.
oh wait, did it just start working?
I don't know.
Oh, it did.
Okay,
It just
let's take it on.
fixed itself right now. Cool. Sorry. That was awkward. Yeah. Anyways, what did you say? What did you talk about while
No, there's some of the Mando stuff they showed, the Ahsoka stuff. They brought out the Grogu puppet on stage, which is really the thing's
nice?
impressive. Um, not a ton. Like I was kind of shocked they didn't talk about any of the movie stuff. Like they only nugget that came out was that Taika's movie is next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna honestly say, like, I don't know that I'm shocked because the reality is, I think, I think movies just don't impress me as much anymore. I think TV shows are just way more fun for me. Like
Hmm.
the fact that I get to do The Boys, like I get to watch The Boys for like 5 more weeks is so much more exciting to me than like, because the movies you build up
Hmm.
so much and then you go in, you
Well,
watch, and it's 2 hours long, and it doesn't really get to tell you a deep story because it can't.
but it's also the same sense that like we were talking about a Spider-Man movie or like a Batman movie just has this prestige that transcends, sci-fi
Bro,
or comic
bro,
books.
I'll take a Spider-Man, or I mean, sorry, a Batman animated series over a Batman movie any day.
But yeah, that's not
Any
the
day.
point though. I'm saying in the general audience, and a Star Wars movie has that same cachet. Like, oh man, hey, people in the Midwest, hey honey, did you hear that a new Star Wars movie is coming out this weekend? Like, it's still a big draw.
But it doesn't mean as much now than it used to anyways. It's
No, but
like
it still means a
it's
lot
already less
more
special.
than you know that that name is just so synonymous with movies that people will go watch it just to go watch it.
You know what the number one streamed superhero show on Disney Plus is?
Didn't they say it was well, Obi-Wan was the biggest premiere um superhero show on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
It's Loki, right?
it is
Yeah.
Loki. It's Loki. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I thought that was cool because like it's he's a famous movie character, but like people came to watch him continue his story on TV, and I think the fact that
Well,
we're
he had one of the best setups too in Endgame.
yeah, but I'm saying I think the other thing that we're overlooking is like look at the quality of actors that we're getting now on TV. And it's like Ewan McGregor is doing TV.
Hmm.
Joel Edgerton is hanging out just in the background as Uncle Ben or not Uncle Owen, Uncle Owen. Like it's crazy the people you're getting for these shows now, and it's because they're able to tell more compelling stories in a 6 hour format
Hmm.
than they ever could in 2 hours. You know what I mean? So like they get to explore areas that you wouldn't have ever gotten a chance to in the movies.
Hmm.
And I think that's really cool.
But even still, like you have a chance to from Academy Award winner Taika Waititi. Here is the next Star Wars movie. Like that. That's gonna have weight in upon itself. No matter who else is in that movie or whatever actors they get in that movie. Like that's you have to make a movie. Like
Did he win? What did he
you
where
got
did he
Jojo Rabbit.
did he win?
Yeah, didn't he win? He won for Jojo Rabbit, didn't he?
I don't remember.
Best original screenplay.
Maybe. But
No,
then he's
no.
not an Academy Award winning director then.
Looking it up. He also gave a big congratulations to Johnny Depp this weekend. That was a little weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know, whatever. Like anybody that goes through the things that these celebrities go through, like if another one of them wants to like,
Is that
pat
this
him on the back.
decade's OJ? Did that win that
No,
title?
no. OJ is still this century's OJ. Okay. Like OJ is
Will never
OJ.
be topped.
Oh, he'll be topped, and it'll be unfortunate when he is topped, but he has not been topped yet. He's still OJ.
Best supporting actress. Let's see. Best young performer. Best adapted screenplay. That was won by Watiti.
Okay,
So
cool.
he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in any case, like I understand your point. Like the
I
movies,
think they've realized that too. That the shows are where it's at. Kathleen Kennedy did make a comment mentioning as such that they're kind of done with serialized content like that, like movies.
yeah.
But you gotta release a star. Like that's just money on the table if you don't do it.
Yeah, no, I know. I just don't care anymore.
Mhm.
Like I'd rather pick and choose the shows that I watch, on Disney
Mhm.
Plus. But
Like even
but
with
yeah,
the next one, whatever what is it, Patty Jenkins is doing is somewhere down the pipeline, right?
Rogue Squadron, Rogue Squadron.
So Academy Award winner Patty Jenkins
Yeah,
directing.
I just wish we'd stop doing all this prequel content. Like the Mando's the closest we've gotten to like at least doing a time period with
Mhm.
characters that we don't know, you know. But even then, the second season of Mando got weird because it started bringing in all these familiar characters. But
Well,
at
the
least they're
Ahsoka,
characters,
yeah.
yeah. At least the characters that most people don't know.
Mhm.
So they felt new, like Ahsoka and what's her face? I have her toy right here, and I can't think of her name right now. Katie Sackhoff's character.
Yeah, Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan, yeah, they both of them are characters that seem new to viewers, and that's cool, but yeah, so Mando still operates in its own like little space until Luke Skywalker shows up. But but still, the problem with Mando is it's still existing in a time period before.
Yeah,
Like I want to see what happens after you know the 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 newest
first.
trilogy. I want to see that. Like let me see more because I'm just tired of revisiting the characters that are just gonna keep getting older and older and die eventually. You know, like it's I don't know. I don't really want to watch characters die and then
I think
pass.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, I don't need a Lando show. I don't need, like there's a lot of shows I don't
But I don't know
need.
if yeah. Well, I don't think we need a Lando show. But again, if you're Disney and you can get Donald Glover to produce and star in a Lando show, you're gonna do it. Like it's just a non question, right? Like
Yeah,
whether it's good or not, that's to be determined. But if I'm doing the math, like this plus this, you know, I'm greenlighting that, you know, 10 times out of 10. Um, but
oh God, Disney's live action Pinocchio trailer went up.
oh yeah, that looks weird. Tom Hanks is Geppetto.
Tom Hanks is Geppetto, huh?
Yeah, and I forgot
Wow.
who's the cricket.
I don't know.
Jiminy Cricket live action.
That's hypnotizing. I didn't mean to stop on that, but now I can't help it.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jiminy Cricket.
Wow. Okay.
Are you
Yeah.
intrigued?
I just yeah, I was going to IMDb to search something and now I just forgot what I was going to search cuz I just saw Geppetto there and I'm like, "Okay, that's weird. That's weird." I don't think it's bad. Does he do the voice? Does he
Geppetto
do
or Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
I think he has an accent in the trailer. Yeah,
Oh,
is
is
that
that
bad?
okay? I don't know. They say the Italian accent's the last one that white people are allowed to do still because they're technically white.
I
But
just
that
don't
one's
think like of the Pinocchio story plays well in 2022.
no. The Pinocchio story always plays well. It always plays well.
What is it?
That's
Pleasure Island?
maybe not that part, but like
Like, do they do Pleasure Island?
I don't even remember Pleasure Island. I don't
A
know what
little
it
weird.
is.
A little weird.
I don't remember. But like the idea of, wanting to
Well,
have
yeah,
your
Pinocchio is like a
children,
classic, not classic tale. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's Ultron's story and it's cute and sweet.
it's all. Yes.
But anyways, I gotta get going soon because I gotta get up early in the morning. I gotta go do an event. It's like a wheelchair sports event. That's all day in
Oh,
Mission Bay.
like what do you like beach stuff?
No, like different. They're gonna try and like it's a free event. This group is putting on to show people like different kind of things they can do.
Mm-hmm.
There are beach things. There's like kayaking and stuff like that, but I didn't sign up for that because I just didn't feel like going through all that hassle. But I signed up for ones that are like on courts and stuff like that. So like,
Well, you can be playing soccer and stuff.
no, you don't play soccer on a court. Uh,
Yeah, you can. I guess pitch.
yeah, but I'll see. I'll see how it goes. But like, I am a little bummed because it's going to overlap the Fortnite event that I'm going to have to miss.
Tomorrow is Selena's birthday, so
Oh snap! So you're going to miss it too, huh?
You can play it on your phone though.
Yeah, I know. But like, I can't because I'm going to be doing.
No, you can. You can
I'm
have
going
it
to be
there.
doing
You can
stuff.
have it there if
Yeah,
you want it there.
I can't. So, oh well. But I'll watch it online when I get home,
Mhm.
I guess. But anyways, yeah, no, I highly recommend you go and watch that episode of Obi-Wan.
I
It was
will. We'll
really
get to.
good.
We're trying to
It
blow
was
through it all this weekend.
it was I would say it was up there with The Boys as far as entertainment goes. I enjoyed both. Like I really enjoy that Lindsay loves Obi-Wan show. Like she really likes
Did
it.
you watch
And
The Boys
so
with you?
she watched all three
Oh
back to
man,
back with me. She loved it too. She really loved it. It's just
Selena
it
likes
was
The
really
Boys, but the gore is a little too much sometimes.
Oh yeah, yeah. She turned her head away every time there was gore. Every time she turned her head away when he ate Timothy.
That's sad.
She couldn't watch that. She couldn't watch that because of the context of it. She and I was like, okay. I thought it was funny. She's like, you would. I'm just like,
You monster.
yeah, yeah. But nah, yeah. I'm excited because like now we have like, we have Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel on Wednesdays, and then we got the boys on Thursdays, and then like um I don't know if you're watching Stranger Things, but it's
Mhm.
back and
I've only
It's pretty
seen like the
good.
first 3 episodes of season 1. Not my thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
I never got
Fair
into
enough.
it. I felt like I'm behind. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
take the time to watch it now.
It's definitely, I think it speaks more to people that are like from the 80s because it's
Hmm.
like, but like at the same time you don't need to be from the 80s to enjoy it.
No, I'm
Like
sure
but
it's good.
yeah, the reality is like the reason you tell horror stories in the 80s is
No
because
cell
cell phones
phones.
ruin
Yeah.
horror. They ruin horror. And like that was something I noticed in that new Scream movie. Like it did make that movie weirder that they
Well, that's
had
why
cell
like
phones.
I appreciate the new or the Halloween sequel or whatever. Um, they find a good way to like get rid of their phones
Yeah.
story
It's
wise.
just
Like,
it's too complicated. And so like that's the best part of Stranger Things is like they found a really sweet
what was
pocket
that
where they can
movie
exist
with
for years and years and years.
what, the not the Shield, but 24. What's his name?
Jack Bauer?
Yeah,
Or
he had a
Kiefer Sutherland? Kiefer Sutherland?
Kiefer had a scary movie with the phone, right?
I don't remember. Probably.
Yeah. Anyways, not here nor there, but
Yeah.
alrighty,
But
wrapping up.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, let's wrap it up. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're watching this recorded, we air these shows live where Patreons can come and join us and chat with us. Nobody decided to do that today.
Mm,
That's fine. It's
okay.
okay. But these are live Friday nights after Gen Excelsior. But yeah, we put them up for you guys to watch at your leisure, the following week. So yeah, like, subscribe, and check us out on patreon.com, Gen X Media.
Have a good
Later,
night.
everybody.
See ya.